All right, I want to welcome you back to our third presentation in the Your Own Digital Magazine series. Now in this video we'll be going over quite a bit of material, so bear with me as I hope to get through all of this as quickly as possible without leaving anything out. Now in the previous presentations we talked about the push-pull marketing process and search. We also discussed how it has become almost impossible to get found on search and how the push approach with digital magazines can have a dramatic effect with your marketing efforts. We also talked about the noise in advertising and how crowded it really has become. People are just numb to all the information and misinformation that they're bombarded with every day. Now, we've covered a number of negative aspects of today's marketing environment, but going forward we want to discuss how to turn all the things that aren't working into a real money-making marketing solution for your business. Now, I want to tell you a little story about one of the convincing factors that led us to begin building our publishing division at Webigo. Now, if you've been around the internet marketing space for any time, you've probably heard of a fellow by the name of Ryan Deiss. Now, Ryan's a great guy and a super smart marketer who has literally made millions both online and in the real world. And if you really want to learn about marketing online, I highly recommend Ryan and his company. Now, as a note, I'm not recommending Ryan in order to earn a commission or anything. I recommend him because he is smart at marketing and offers great stuff. So I want to tell you about the really simple idea that Ryan implanted in our minds and what motivated us to run full speed in developing the Webigo Digital Magazine platform. While Ryan has been very successful with his blogging about his various products and services and his unique view about blogging, which I have to say we agree with 100%. We felt that his idea could be expanded even further than even he envisioned. Now, Ryan was able to take one of his blogging businesses from zero to over $1 million per month. He built a hyperactive list of 275,550 newsletter subscribers and a thriving Facebook community with over 504,000 fans in no time flat. Now, because Ryan has changed the way he blogs, he has been able to do the one thing that most other bloggers haven't been able to do, and that is to make money. And not just a little money, a lot of money. In fact, just one of his blogs and his associated properties generated over $6 million in revenue last year. And this year he is expected to double that. This same blog last month did over $1 million in revenues. Now, along the way he built a media property that gets over 500,000 unique visitors a month. Ryan stated that just recently he spiked it to just over 1 million visitors. Now, we have to do the disclaimer thing here and say that what Ryan's been able to accomplish is not typical. And just because he did it does not mean that you'll be able to do it too. But if all you did was just get a fraction of the traffic and revenue that he has been able to generate, would that not turn your business around? Now, the reason I'm telling you all about Ryan and his very logical view of blogging and how to make it work very effectively, it's really because we want you to see the future potential of your business utilizing the Webigo Digital Magazine platform. Okay, so on with Ryan's story. I'm assuming that you truly want to have a blog, newsletter, business brochure, or business magazine that can be monetized and that gets you traffic, leads, and makes money for you, your company, and your brand. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you the web property that Ryan used to generate that phenomenal amount of success, and I'll show you how he managed to make it so successful. This will really open your eyes to the simplicity of our platform. So what was it that Ryan did that made his blog so successful while others have simply struggled along or just failed miserably? There are about 3 different things that Ryan did, and we'll cover those briefly here. First thing he did was go messy. Now I know that sounds kind of weird, but he took the typical approach to a blog site. Rather than having everything all real neat and pretty and clean and with great graphics and layout, he just did the opposite. He had multiple columns and he had stuff all over the place, and it was crazy because it actually worked. His opt-ins were better. His time on page views was higher. His sharing went up, and of course his traffic jumped dramatically. Now we tried the same idea in our magazines and found that when we changed the look and feel of our pages, we got a much better click-through rates, and people tended to read the entire articles rather than just skipping through them. Today we attribute much of the failure of typical digital magazines to the fact that they are really trying to morph their print editions into their digital editions. And although they're very eye-appealing, they just don't work in the digital world. The second thing Ryan did was to not guest post on other blogs. You hear it all the time that to be successful blogging, you have to get your name well known, and the easy way to do that is just guest posting on sites all over the place. Where many bloggers miss the point is they can post all over the place, but that seldom generates revenue. Ryan made his point very clear when he discussed the differences between a publisher and an article writer. While writers can become very well known for their expertise or perhaps their writing style, it's the publisher who is taking the money to the bank. Now, I heard a comment the other day that really hit home with this particular thought. And let me ask you this. Would you like to be the star athlete making millions of dollars a year, or the team owner paying the salaries of the stars? Works the same way in publishing. And the perfect example to that would be Oprah. Oprah has Dr. Oz, Rachel Ray, Dr. Phil, and Susie Orman. Oprah doesn't have to write the articles. She has others do the work for her, and then she just takes the credit. She is the brand, and her writers do the work for her. You need to be the Oprah of your marketing, and creating your own digital magazine can accomplish that far easier than you think. The third big thing that Ryan did was to focus on list building rather than article page views. Most bloggers will tell you that what's important to them when looking at their metrics is unique visitors, time on page, and page views. While these three are okay metrics, Ryan said it just didn't really matter, that it really wasn't as critical once he started looking at his blog in this new way. He did notice, though, that all three did go up dramatically, even though it wasn't that important. There are two things he looks at now, and the first is the number of subscribers. If you can leverage your magazine to build a large database of subscribers, this becomes a money machine, because now you have people that you can push out more value about your products and services. The second thing he looks at now is the revenue per subscriber per month. This can really give you a good picture of your various campaigns. And it leads to one other thing that Ryan suggested. Be your own best advertiser. And I'll get into that particular detail here in just a minute. But know that it's a critical aspect of having a highly successful magazine. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, why should I start a magazine when you could just do a blog or change the blog you're doing now? Although that seems like the most logical idea, I have to go back to our earlier presentation where we discussed the push-pull concept. Because a blog tends to reside on your website, and most bloggers work to drive traffic to the blog on the website. Even if they're sending out a link to their blog to their various subscribers, they still are using the pull concept to get people to view their blog post. Building a growing list of subscribers is still a pull mechanism to get them to opt in. A magazine is a push concept that you send to subscribers that contains the entire information resource, including interactivity and monetization. In just a moment, I'm going to show you how the Webigo Digital Magazine platform is the perfect way to grow a list of subscribers. So here is where many business owners and bloggers and advertisers really do get it all wrong. We all have been so consumed with the idea of having a website or a blog site that we've lost sight of existing in the real world. And although a digital magazine might be considered still in the internet world, it really isn't, and here's why. Technology has taken us away from our desks. We carry our phone with us wherever we go. Tablets and laptops are by far more popular than desktop computers. Digital books have changed the book publishing industry, and all the big tech companies are coming out with the new ways to stay connected while on the go. Even automobiles now have connectivity while on the go. The world is just becoming more connected, period. Digital magazines can push out more detailed information with direct connectivity to the source of the information, completely skipping the need for search as well as including calls to action. Search typically doesn't offer that. So let's get into the details of the Webigo Digital Magazine platform and how it can help you grow your business. We know you're busy simply trying to run your business. And as a business owner, we know you're hit up every day with all the neatest, greatest stuff that will possibly grow your business. But I can assure you that 90% of all the neatest stuff requires you to do the actual work yourself. Most of the marketing companies today will sell you all the great tools, but you have to learn how to use them and then find the time to actually use them. In most cases, you either don't understand it all, don't want to hire someone to do it for you, or it's just too expensive to even consider. Most business owners, if they don't understand it or think it's too expensive, they just won't do it at all, even if it will help their business. We've been doing marketing for more than 20 years here at Webigo, much of it before all this computer stuff came around, so we understand the hurdles that business owners face every day. We developed the Webigo Digital Magazine platform to aid business owners and not hinder their growth with too much to do every day. We handle the magazine so you can do what you do best, and that is to provide the best customer experience possible. Now, there are a couple of key features that we focus on with your own digital magazine. The first one is monetization. Many blog owners think they know how to monetize their blog, but I can assure you they're doing it all wrong. Many magazine publishers try and monetize their magazines using the traditional format, and while it works, they tend to use a pricing model that excludes many online advertisers, and they seldom build a sales funnel into the magazine. We know how to do it right, and we do it for you. On average, we will generate anywhere from 25 cents to $2 per subscriber per month, and we'll build a sales funnel that promotes your products and services. The subscriber income might not seem like a lot of money, but with 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, you can see where that begins to add up. Most of the blog training available teaches you how to do it all wrong, and usually by people who are making their money off of the training and not the actual monetization process itself. As of the production of this video, I don't know of any magazine training programs, and more than likely, if there were any, they probably would be doing all the monetization thing all wrong anyway. Our platform is not a training program. We're not here to teach you how to do it. We're here to do it for you, so it gets done right. We will teach you about what is going on behind the scenes so that you have control of the content and the vision of your magazine. But overall, you need to just take care of your clients, and we'll take care of the magazine. Not only do we help you with the monetization, but we handle the content, design, and the technology. The only thing you have to provide is conceptual content and any specific images that you wish in your magazine. We provide your own dedicated account specialist to consult with you every month to make sure we're providing a complete magazine that speaks about your business. We make our money on a rev share basis, so if your magazine is successful and it makes money, so do we. It's that simple. Okay, so if all this sounds good and you decide you want to join us, here's what's going to happen over the next 30 days. Number one, we're going to build a branded magazine for you. We will get you all the content and traffic to kick off your first digital magazine. We'll begin building your own media brand that makes money and a business building machine. We will get you traffic that converts into subscribers and subscribers into customers. It will all be done by this time next month, and here's how we will do it. To put together all the elements of your own digital magazine will consist of 5 important steps that you will need to help us with, and we will provide the needed training for each step so that each month you will simply provide the 5 elements we need, and voila, your magazine will be ready to publish and send out. If you don't have a list, or perhaps you only have a small list, not to worry. We will be able to send out your magazine to our targeted list of subscribers looking for your types of products and services. Even if your business is in a very narrow vertical, we will use our expertise in finding subscribers for your business. Now, in your first training series, we will discuss the importance of push marketing and how to effectively structure your content in a push format. We will cover how to get more traffic and opt-ins to your web properties. We'll talk about how we're going to monetize your magazine. Now, in session 2, we'll cover article selection and where we will be able to find the best article writers for your magazine. Now, of course, you can provide as many articles yourself and have your own byline from the editor. We help you create authority for your magazine. We will discuss the importance on finding articles that are related to markets that will be of interest, and we'll discuss the difference in simple topics. There is a big difference in markets and topics, and we cover the one that needs to come first. We'll throw out lots of ideas and concepts to choose from that will keep people interested in your magazine and want more in the future, and why you always want to bait your readers for the next issue. In session 3, we'll be discussing how we want to get your brand established and how we will build on that over time. We'll establish the tone or the personality of your magazine. We'll work with you to create an unforgettable name for your magazine. And in session 4, we're going to get into the how-tos of distribution and what works and what doesn't. We'll cover the layout of your magazine and why you want to stay away from the typical magazine style. There are a few elements that can work like a typical print magazine, but by and large you want to use the messy approach, and we'll explain why. Now, in session 5, we'll get into the monetizing of your magazine and how you'll want to be your own best advertiser. We'll cover the ad sizes and how to add your own vendors into your advertiser list. We'll cover how to strike up cross promotions with other businesses and set up campaigns that will drive a tremendous amount of traffic to your business. We'll discuss contests and how they can get a huge number of subscribers to your magazine as well as visitors to your business. We'll cover social networks and how we'll post to social networks to get more subscribers. And of course, we'll cover launching your first edition. We will set up an automated launch sequence that will send a flood of traffic the first week your magazine is out. We'll discuss your frequency schedule and how often you should be sending your magazine. There are a number of different ideas about frequency. We'll cover how all this will get done without you having to do all the work. We said it before, you need to do what you do best and let us handle your magazine. There is a commitment to provide relevant information and content about your business, but your own dedicated account specialist will work directly with you to gather all the needed material to put together an incredible representation of your business and brand. So I can bet you're probably concerned right now about, okay, well, it all sounds great, but what's the cost? What is this going to set me back, and will it be affordable enough for me to actually do it? All I can say is most assuredly. Below the video, you need to enter your email one more time, and it will take you to our setup page. We will cover everything you'll need to know to get your own digital magazine. Now, don't fret, it's easier than you think. Okay, let's get started now, and in 30 days you'll have the most dynamic business builder and revenue system available today.